Odell, and when you went against Odell, was that the same year?
Yeah, that was the same year. That was the same year.
Okay, now you got Jay-Z rapping about you the same year, right?
That's why I said a year was a firestorm, bro.
How did you feel about that with the Jay-Z when he rapped about you?
That didn't happen until after that year.
After the season.
After that season was a wrap. That was in the summer.
So Odell came first before that.
Yeah.
You and Odell going at it. He hit you, he gets us, I think, a 1-game suspension.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever had, was it like any tension, real beef, or was it just like, oh, you didn't like each other? Was it just like on the field and off the field you were, dancing buddies because he's a dancer, like,
No, man, that was a real thing. Like, it was real. Like, it was what it was looked like. Like, at least for me, from this standpoint. But it was media, though. It was so media driven. Like, they hyped that thing up like it was popcorn getting popped in the microwave, bro. It was just crazy. Like,
because they wanted to see that. Think about it. We haven't seen that in a long time. The high profile defensive back, high profile wide receiver going at it, and they want that. They wanted to see that. Like, when was the last time we saw that? Probably with Deion Sanders and
yeah, Deion and I forgot what was it? It wasn't Michael.
A guy from Falcons, what's his name? Who's married to Left Eye.
Yeah, I seen you were wailing on him too.
Yeah, right. So
Andre Rison, that's who it was.
Andre Rison, right,
okay.
Right. So they want to see that. Like, so what happened with you guys? Like,
It was like I said, it was something out of a movie script. It was, they knew us as Dark Knight, and he played the whole Joker mantra, and
right.
And he had the gloves and the face of it and all, and we was coming to Gotham. And they literally like pumped the story up to the 10th power. And I really didn't realize it was that big. Like, I didn't think it was for me.
Well, look like you did. Look like you did because...
But no, I'm saying at the beginning of it all, I literally like coming in, this is this hot kid, that's like coming in the league, and he got all these, like, he's breaking records and doing all this stuff and dancing and got TDs and all. He was the hottest wide receiver, right? And so it was the hottest defensive back, but I didn't look at him as being on my level, though. Like, and still in that same sense, because shit, we like, I don't know, like 15-0, like 14-0 or something, like 15-0 or whatever. Yeah, we was 15-0. Why was I looking at him being on my level? You know what I'm saying? Like, they weren't making the playoffs. They ain't had nothing to lose. Like, end of the day, like, we like the big brother here.
Right.
Everything you want from us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta take it from me. And it's like, almost like early on, like, we just rolled up out of bed. We knew it was gonna steamroll you before we even like got on the field, because our hardest competition was us against us in practice.
Right.
It wasn't you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said that. And it's no disrespect. It's just my standpoint at that moment in time.
At that time.
And so when we got into the game, bro, like we always have a bat on the field, right? Because like we hitting home runs. That's our whole like thing before we come out. And so like we had a bat, and they literally thought we was aiming it at them. During the pregame. It was so much cameras. You would thought it was like a Super Bowl, how it all was happening. And like they brought the story in to the point where like, this is Gotham, that's Joker, and it's Batman. Who is gonna win the game? Who's gonna win the battle? It wasn't even so much about the game, it was about the battle.
It was about you and Odell.
And like, I just came out, did my try, and we saw them, they whole wide receiver crew, son each other. And right when the first snap, bam, smashed each other face to face. And I guess, it's a long story short, that they had called him names and some other slurs that clearly I didn't have anything to do with, but my other guys was there. And so I'm like, all right, shoot, we all with it then.
Yeah.
And so that first play happened, and it went on and on and on. And so first, like for me, I'm like, bro, this is crazy. Like, you're not even trying to play the game. You're trying to come at me. Like,
you got under his skin.
I get it, but like, I didn't think I was going to be that much under this man's skin. But like, it was just so much that we went all the way throughout. the whole thing. And it was that one time he just came and wailed off at me, and I lost it. I completely lost it. And then towards the end when he scored, it was just like me and him, and I knew that double move was coming. He hit me. He kind of pushed off a bit. I thought I was gonna get the call, never did. He turned around, caught it, and like he went all the way around. And I'm like, that's the first play you get, and came the last one.
Yeah.
And bro, I'm telling you, he let it be known. That's when Cam came back and we drove down the field and we won the game. But I was truly exhausted after that game. It took a lot out of me.
Out of you. Because
Yeah,
you had
man.
extra energy against him, against the
I
game.
mean, I had a concussion. Like, I was on the sideline. My guys were trying to hold me back. And, like, from that moment, and Luke came to me and told me after he watched the film, like, bro, I'm sorry. I didn't know he did all that. And I was just like, bro, it was crazy. Like, it was like a cage match. And I'm probably not going to get into all the logistics because I'm probably going to tell the story again one day. But, like, it was so chaotic to the point where I got in the locker room, I like fell down because I was exhausted.
Wow.
I was truly exhausted. And like, far as every year after that, seeing him was like seeing this game was gonna be that smash mouth game.
My game.
Yeah, and like so on, I saw him outside of it, and like, you know, I at first, you know, I didn't know how to take it because I told him exactly what I said I was gonna do if I saw him. And then I kind of moved past it. But then again, like today, we're in a whole better space than we were at that moment in time.
At that moment.
Yeah, man. Like he see me, I see him, competitor, we dap up. Like, it's cool. We had a moment. Like, he graduated from that. Even on the field, he was like,
matured.
yeah, man,
he matured
crazy.
a lot. You guys matured a lot.
Absolutely, man. We went to a different space. And I think that's something that we always have with each other in a moment of time. But like, he's definitely a superior competitor. Like, far as like his talents, he's a superior athlete. So you can't take that away from him at all.
Well, Warren Sapp sat down with Vlad, and Warren Sapp said he didn't think that Odell was great. He's a great wide receiver. How do you feel about that? What do you think about that?
I think he's a superior athlete. I think like he can do a lot of things that people just can't do. And that's just the genetics or just him just being who he is. I think that, you know, for him, I think his injury like held him from a sense of that, and along with some of the other things that transpired. But like, as far as him catching the ball and doing what he's able to do after he catch it is quite an awe moment, you know,
Right.
to see like a guy like that. But I enjoy playing him because I know him quite well.
You know quite well now.
Yeah, I know him quite well,
so
so I know what he loves to do, and he know he gets me too at sometimes, and it's just, you know, those games. It's just like me and Julio's. Like, we know each other a good bit to where like we play each other, and we're gonna give us, you know, the best competition. And I can say that he's one of those guys that give you that. But
Now
he got certain routes he loves, and I love it.
Yes, yeah, that double move is vicious.
He got certain routes that he loves, and I know them, so it's just like, bro, you cannot run this route here. I know it's coming. But he get cats, and that's just what he live off of. It's bread and butter,
Right.
and it's just like, you know, he's still doing it today, and they won a championship, and it's just,
Yeah, he got his ring.
He got his ring for what we did, and it's so crazy that we played each other right there. We didn't get that opportunity, but they did, and he made the best of it. And so I salute him for that, you know. And that's a thing that, you know, within that brotherhood of the game, that you gotta chip your hats off to that for sure.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's for me.
Super Bowl 5th. So you go to the Super Bowl, get to the Super Bowl, and you lose.
Yeah, we lost. We lose.
How do you take that?
That was very hard for me. I didn't get over that for like 3 months.
15-1.
15.
Everybody expecting you guys to win.
Like, Coach literally pulled the reins off of us after that game in New York. Like, he pulled it back because I feel like media fed into the mindset of like, we need to chill. They had literally, when we went to like the Falcons, they had the referees lined up at the 50-yard line so we couldn't cross the field. Bro, it's so crazy. And like, we was playing Julio's and those guys, and that's just like, bro, you can't take our stinger away. And like that moment, he took it away, and just that's when we end up letting our guard down. We lost. Like we had an opportunity to go 16-0, and like, why we don't take that?
Right.
You don't get there a lot, and so we lost that game. And then now you come back and tell us like we would never do that again and take our stinger off. And so we so hot. I don't care who we gonna play that next game in the playoffs. We smash mouthing. And so that's what we did. The first game we played, like we got out of it. And I don't know if it was, I forgot who it was, but we routed them. I think Seattle was our second game we played. That game, they stayed away. I ended up sacking Russ, and man, did I let them have it. That was an exciting moment. Played Arizona, swept them. And then we went to the Super Bowl, and that game was like, that was a magical moment for me. Just to see all the greats that came before us and lined up, that whole experience, I could never like take back, like ever. Like I will remember it to the day I leave this earth because it was that special. Watching it as a little boy in the trailer, you know, on a box TV. Right. Seeing the Super Bowl, John Madden coming on announcing it, and one of our favorite players just playing in it, and seeing that like as our teepee, our legs crossed, and like now I'm actually here in the moment of that.
In the moment.
You know, you can't ask for anything better.
From that 2 feet of snow in South Carolina.
2 feet of snow in South Carolina to Santa Clara in the greatest game, Super Bowl 50.
Beautiful.
Imagine that, man.